Hello, it was Power here to review the Kamen Geo DX Kabuto Hyperform Ridewatch. This is the Ridewatch that represents Kabuto Hyperform, AD 2006. This is the Hyperclock form specifically that they're representing. So they are not representing the... I just realized that because most of the pictures is the Hyperclock mode of Hyper Kabuto, not just Hyperform. So that explains a lot with its color scheme. Yep. So here's the Kabuto Hyperform Ridewatch, and as you can tell, this one's the most unique out of, I would say it's the most unique out of all the other ones we previously have gotten. If we can have some light here, that would be nicely appreciated, because he's the only one that has this yellow base, yellow mustard base, which is really neat, and then obviously he has the same metallic red as Dino Hunter form, but like what I said before, I think this is like why they chose this color specifically. It's supposed to represent like the gold parts of his suit and such. So that's interesting. QR code for Butaba Gamba, and then 112. And then his face, which at first I thought actually was the exact same face, which we'll in comparison. As you can see, like basically, obviously Kabuto Hyperform isn't that different, but like here's one thing I did not realize. They actually have different eyes. And then like Kabuto has these things, which I thought was just a part of the watch, but no, apparently that's actually part of his design, and I actually did not know they had different eye colors. Because obviously Hyper Gatek doesn't have that, so. Battery cover. Pretty typical, because like, I didn't do this with everyone else, but literally, like, if you do that, nothing would look different. Alright. You know, like, this, like, it's kind of seamless. Now, I can't make these actually put this on. Gates equality. So we get the Hyperclock time burst, Hyperclock coming from Hyperclock up. Obviously. last but not least, overall, the Kabuto Hyperform Ridewatch, because it doesn't want to stand. It's a really, again, another neat Ridewatch. I do like Hyperform. It's one of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Obviously, I would have liked if they did a Hyper Attack, but that probably would have been in the same style as Night Survive, because apparently secondary riders cannot have the same treatments, because their ultimate forms are more debatable. But, so for this and Dental Liner Form to be the last two Phase 1 Hasty Riders to get released retailly, kind of weird cutoff, if I had to be honest. I'll explain this in the next two, whenever I do get them at this point. I don't really like the fact, I don't really think the way they released these were that great, because I forgot to mention that Dental Liner Form and Kabuto Hyperform were released in May, because when they got to the Phase 1 Hasty Riders, they only released 2 of them per month, which was kind of stupid of them, because I think they should have just released all the Ultimate Forms retailly, because if they didn't stupidly make Gain by himself and just make it so they released 5 watches in February, and then release Decade Complete, Kiva Emperor, and these 2 in March, that would have been better. And then make it, I don't know, April could have been, and then in April they could have done 2 per month. I'm explaining this now just so I don't forget. So then in April they could have released Armed Hibiki in Blade King form. May could have been Fai's Blaster form and Ryuki Survive, and then June could have been Agito's Shining in Kuga Ultimate form. That's how they should have just released it. But no, they're like, nope, we're going to release the first 6 Hasty Riders in a premium set because we did bad scheduling. So, yeah, that's basically it. I'll reiterate on this whenever I get the last 2 sets. But hey, at least you get a start of the Phase 2 or the Phase 1 Hasty Rider Ultimate Forms. This is Power, and I'll leave you people. Bye.